Hey YouTube, my name is Gawd, and you're watching Gawd Cafe. So today we're going to make a video on Mars in the 9th house. So Mars is the planet of action, war, sex, drive, ambition, desires, your primal state of living, your primal desires. The first things to being human, right? So that's kind of Mars. It rules that energy. The 9th house. The 9th house is a house of Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter. So the Jupiterian house is the 9th house. Now the 9th house, being that it's ruled by Jupiter, operates, spirituality, belief systems, travels, and adventures. So if you have Mars here, Mars is motivated by these things, by everything 9th house related. So Mars gets so motivated from spirituality, talking, motivational speaking, anything that's ego boosting, anything that feels spiritually fulfilling will ignite this Mars placement. Anything grand, anything expansive, anything big will make this Mars placement want to take action regarding these things. So being surprised and through travels can really excite this placement. Doing things that you've never done before, really, this is what this placement needs all the time. Doing things it hasn't done for its joy, its pleasures, its excitement. Beliefs, talking about, spiritual beliefs, and, this placement is willing to dissect different belief systems and go through all of them and discuss them with different individuals and dwell on them and make their own assessments on belief systems and what they think about them. Mars in the 9th does really well with spontaneous energy. Excuse me. The spontaneous energy is what drives you guys. You guys are like fueled by the spontaneity of life and what life could bring. You love surprises. Fueled by belief. Oh, so when you guys are not in a positive mindset, there's no action taken. So when there's a lack of spirituality present at the forefront of your brain, your actions tend to go on the more demotivating slope. Oh my God. So Mars in the 9th, before I was interrupted by my quaff. Fueled by spiritual awakening and demotivated up until then. Okay, so you guys, up until your healing, there's not going to be the most motivation present. And in order to be motivated, you guys have to remain in your spiritual awareness. You must be spiritually motivated. You must at all times be aware of what your purpose is and what you're here and what you're supposed to be doing here on Earth. If not, what you will be excited by are, adventures and travels. However, being that, this is also the house of Sag. The next sign followed by Sag is Karma, Capricorn. So you want to tread lightly with how much adventure you entertain if it's not in alignment with your purpose, okay? So if the adventure you're partaking is in alignment to your adventure, to your purpose, then it is exactly the adventure you should be entertaining. Now, if you're enjoying too much adventure and perhaps not really taking action on the other things that you must take action on, and only, scouting out pleasure, in turn, there's going to be consequences if diving into too much pleasures and not a balance, right? Where you have to work and play, right? So Mars in the ninth, if playing too much, can be overindulgence. And in doing so, when the soul entertains being overindulgent, they tend to block a lot of their blessings, and sometimes, altogether tarnish those blessings and sabotage their own blessings due to the fact of not being able to see in the moment their overdoing energy, and in turn manifest an outcome they do not want, just because that awareness wasn't there spiritually as to whether or not the adventure was in alignment. So, making sure that the adventure is in alignment is going to ensure that you don't have to look back at your steps. I do feel like a lot of the time Sag feels mistaken, although you may not be a Sag watching this. You have Mars in the ninth, so you operate like a Sag. So a lot of times Sag feels misunderstood because a Sag is trying to just exist in its world, but it tends to sometimes forget that this is a shared world, like a shared bathroom. It's not just your bathroom. You can't just shit everywhere. You can't just pee on the seat and be like, I'm okay with it. I don't care what anyone else thinks, right? So this energy in turn falls back, and there's, you may not see the consequences, and that's the karma, because had you been able to see the consequences, you would spare yourself that time and the stress that you're going to experience later down the line. Mars in the ninth, being that you're motivated with the adventures and pleasures, stay in alignment and you will do good. So stay in alignment could be, if you have a guilty pleasure with helping individuals, to not just help your local friends, but to maybe help the community somehow, right? Like to make it bigger while the emotional satisfaction is the same, right? So kind of doing something a little bit more grand and towards the greater good in a way, in order to fuel, one, your ego in a healthy way, because you need that, period, being a human being and a soul. To fuel your ego in a healthy way, I did this. I'm a good person. Look, I fucking made sure these kids ate. Wow, I'm really out here doing shit that, matters. That will fuel healthy ego, healthy confidence, to then in turn take more action. So you may want to maybe start off this way. Start off with doing things for your environment, your surroundings, perhaps. Or during travels, leaving an impression to, the local natives that you encounter that you may not see again, but you may want to leave a gift to everyone, or leave an impact of some sort, right? This is a small pinch of a good deed, but energetically it could bless you so much, just by so little. So even traveling and giving back, right? This is definitely that. Mars in the ninth is traveling and giving back. You don't have to think about too much as to what your purpose is, as far as what you should be doing for the greater good. You're doing it one person at a time, one village at a time, one travel at a time, right? So in turn, like a piggy bank, those coins add up, and your piggy bank is looking good. Therefore, your blessings will come in good. So it's kind of understanding this dynamic to life, so that you can just exist without having to clock how you're existing during your existing state, but more so to clock how you're existing prior to existing, so that you wouldn't have to clock it while existing. Get it? I hope you guys do. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. My name is Gawd, and you're watching Gawd Cafe. Until next time.